They've lied to you about the real meaning of as above, so below. What you've heard barely scratches the surface, and the truth is far more profound than you've been told. This ancient phrase is not just a poetic saying or mystical riddle. It's a principle that holds the key to understanding reality itself. The universe operates on laws so precise and interconnected that what happens on a grand cosmic scale mirrors what happens within you. This idea has been obscured, dismissed, and misunderstood for centuries, yet it quietly underpins everything, from the vast expanse of the stars above to the tiniest unseen movements within your mind. But why is this knowledge hidden? And what would happen if you understood how this principle truly governs your life? Today, we'll dive deep into the Hermetic teaching of as above, so below, and reveal every detail they don't want you to see. The phrase, as above, so below, as within, so without, originates from Hermetic philosophy, an ancient tradition of wisdom attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, the mythical figure believed to have unified science, spirituality, and mysticism. At first glance, it may sound like an abstract concept reserved for philosophers or mystics, but its implications are anything but distant. This principle is a universal law, describing how everything in existence is interconnected. What exists on one level of reality is reflected on every other level. From the movements of celestial bodies to the patterns of thought in your mind, there is a mirroring effect that links the macrocosm, the universe, and the microcosm, the individual. This principle isn't just theoretical. You see it everywhere, whether or not you've consciously recognized it. Consider fractals, those infinitely repeating geometric patterns that look the same no matter how closely you zoom in or out. These shapes, found in nature, from the branching of trees to the structure of your lungs, are visual proof of the as above, so below principle. The small reflects the large, and the patterns repeat themselves across different scales. This isn't just poetic, it's scientific. It's a truth encoded into the fabric of reality itself. Take a moment to think about how this principle applies to your own life. Your internal world, your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, acts as a blueprint for your external reality. How often have you noticed that your mindset shapes your experiences? When you're confident, the world seems to align with your goals. When you're anxious, everything feels like an obstacle. This is no coincidence. It's the Hermetic principle in action. The universe mirrors your internal state back to you, creating a feedback loop between your mind and the reality you perceive. But here's the part they don't want you to know. This principle is more than just a feel-good idea. It's a key to power. Power to transform your life by mastering your inner world. And while we can discuss a lot here, some insights are too profound to share openly on platforms like this. For a deeper exploration, join our free newsletter, Insights Academy, where we dive into these truths more fully. Plus, you'll receive a free copy of the Kybalion, a Hermetic classic that has inspired seekers for generations. The link is in the description. Don't miss it. When you start to understand as above, so below, it becomes clear why so many ancient traditions emphasize balance and harmony. Aligning your inner world with the laws of the universe isn't just spiritual, it's practical. Hermetic wisdom teaches that spirit and matter are not separate but reflections of the same source. What happens within you doesn't stay within, it radiates outward, influencing your relationships, opportunities, and even your physical health. The beauty of this principle is its simplicity. You don't need to climb mountains or meditate in caves to see it in action. Start observing the patterns in your life. Look at how your emotions influence your decisions, how your beliefs shape your reality, and how your habits create your future. When you embrace this awareness, you're no longer a passive participant in life. You begin to understand the power you hold, the ability to create harmony within yourself and reflect it into the world around you. For centuries, the Hermetic principle of as above, so below was regarded as mystical wisdom, passed down through esoteric teachings and secret texts. But what if this ancient idea isn't just spiritual philosophy, but a truth that modern science is beginning to confirm? As our understanding of the universe deepens, the line between mysticism and science grows increasingly thin, and the echoes of this hermetic principle become impossible to ignore. Take, for example, the concept of fractals. These intricate patterns repeat themselves endlessly at different scales and can be found in both nature and mathematics. They govern the structure of galaxies, the branching of trees, and even the neural networks of your brain. What you see on a grand cosmic scale is mirrored in the smallest details of life. This is, as above, so below, in action, a reflection of how the universe operates through self-similarity and interconnectedness. Or consider quantum entanglement, a phenomenon where particles separated by vast distances remain mysteriously connected, their states mirroring each other instantaneously. This discovery in quantum physics defies conventional logic, but aligns perfectly with the hermetic idea that all things are interconnected. The microcosm and macrocosm are not separate, they are threads woven into the same universal fabric. What happens in one part of the system has an impact on the whole, no matter how far apart the components seem to be. Even the concept of the holographic universe suggests that the entire cosmos is encoded in every fragment of existence. Just as a single piece of a hologram contains the whole image, each part of the universe reflects the entirety of its structure. This scientific theory aligns directly with the hermetic teaching that the patterns of the universe are imprinted on every level of existence. The vastness of the cosmos and the intricate workings of your mind are expressions of the same underlying laws. These parallels between ancient wisdom and modern science aren't just coincidences. They point to a deeper truth, that the universe is a unified system governed by principles that we are only beginning to understand. Mystics like Hermes Trismegistus, Paracelsus, and even religious figures like Jesus spoke of this interconnectedness. The kingdom of heaven is within you, Jesus taught, echoing the hermetic idea that the divine and the human are reflections of one another. Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, explored similar ideas in his work on synchronicity, the concept of meaningful coincidences that reveal an underlying connection between the psyche and the material world. He believed that the human mind and the universe are not isolated, but deeply intertwined, a belief rooted in the same principles of as above, so below. Jung's work bridges ancient hermetic thought and modern psychology, showing how universal truths continue to resonate across time and disciplines. When you begin to see these connections, the principle of as above, so below transforms from a mystical phrase into a living reality. It's not just a relic of ancient philosophy, but a guiding truth for how the universe operates. Understanding this doesn't just deepen your spiritual awareness, it changes how you see the world. You start to notice the patterns that link your thoughts to your experiences, your inner world to the external one. This is where the real power lies. By grasping the unity of science, mysticism, and philosophy, you unlock a new way of perceiving reality. You realize that your life is not separate from the greater universe, but a reflection of it. And when you understand that everything is connected, you begin to see that every small change within yourself ripples outward, shaping not just your life but the world around you. One of the greatest misunderstandings about existence is the perceived divide between spirit and matter. We're often taught to think of them as opposites, spirit as intangible and pure, matter as physical and mundane. But Hermetic philosophy reveals a deeper truth. Spirit and matter are not separate. They are two expressions of the same essence, reflections of the infinite energy that permeates the universe. This understanding is central to the real meaning of as above, so below. Think of it this way: energy and matter are interchangeable. Einstein's famous equation, E mc2, tells us that matter is simply condensed energy, vibrating at a slower frequency. Hermetics, long before modern science, taught that everything in the physical world is a reflection of higher, unseen forces. The stars in the heavens are not isolated from your life. They influence it, just as your inner world affects your external reality. Spirit flows into matter, shaping it, and matter, in turn, reflects the movements of spirit. You've likely experienced this connection without even realizing it. Think about moments of intense emotion. When you're anxious, your body tenses. When you're joyful, you feel lighter, almost as if you're glowing. These physical manifestations are evidence of spirit and matter interacting in real time. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, things we often consider abstract or intangible, have a direct impact on your physical body and your external world. Hermetic teachings go further, suggesting that the external world is a mirror of your inner state. What you hold in your mind and heart shapes your reality. This is why two people can experience the same situation in completely different ways. One sees opportunity where the other sees failure. The difference isn't the external circumstance, it's the internal lens through which it's perceived. As above, so below, as within, so without, is the explanation for this phenomenon. When you align your inner world with clarity and intention, your external world begins to reflect that harmony. Science is starting to catch up with this ancient wisdom. Studies on neuroplasticity, for example, show that your brain physically changes in response to your thoughts and habits. When you focus on positive patterns, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with those patterns, making them more likely to appear in your life. This isn't magic. It's biology rooted in the same universal laws Hermetics understood thousands of years ago. Your internal state literally shapes your external reality. But this connection goes beyond thoughts and emotions. It extends to your habits and environment. Hermetics teaches that the physical world isn't just a passive reflection. It's a dynamic participant in the dance of creation. Your actions, no matter how small, are like ripples in a pond, spreading outward and influencing the fabric of reality. This is why disciplined habits, mindfulness, and self-awareness are so crucial. They're not just tools for self-improvement. They're methods for aligning with the universe's harmony. Consider sacred geometry as an example of this harmony in action. These geometric patterns, seen in everything from snowflakes to galaxies, reveal the order underlying all creation. They are the fingerprints of the divine, showing how spirit organizes matter into structures of incredible beauty and complexity. When you meditate on these patterns, or even incorporate them into your daily life, you begin to resonate with this universal order. You feel more connected, more grounded, and more in tune with the rhythms of life. The Hermetic principle of unity between spirit and matter invites you to see the world differently. The challenges you face aren't just external obstacles, they're opportunities to realign your inner world. Similarly, the joys you experience aren't random. They're reflections of the harmony you've cultivated within. Understanding this interplay transforms your perspective. Life is no longer a series of disconnected events, but a flowing, interconnected experience where every thought, feeling, and action contributes to a greater whole. Ultimately, recognizing that spirit and matter are one gives you the power to shape your reality consciously. You're no longer at the mercy of external circumstances because you understand that change begins within. This realization is liberating. It's the essence of the Hermetic teachings and a direct invitation to live in alignment with the profound truth of as above, so below. The beauty of the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, is that it's not just an abstract idea, it's a practical tool for transformation. By understanding how your inner world reflects into your outer reality, you can begin to make deliberate changes that ripple outward into every aspect of your life. The principle becomes a guide, showing you how even the smallest internal adjustments can reshape your external world. One of the most accessible ways to apply this principle is by examining your thoughts. What you consistently think about creates the lens through which you experience life. Negative thought patterns, such as self-doubt or fear, don't just stay in your mind. They manifest in your behavior, relationships, and opportunities. Similarly, cultivating positive, empowering thoughts begins to attract experiences that align with them. The Hermetic principle teaches that this isn't wishful thinking. It's the natural law of correspondence at work. For example, if you've ever walked into a room with a strong emotion, like joy, anger, or anxiety, you've likely noticed how others respond to you. Your energy, shaped by your internal state, affects the atmosphere around you. When you consciously focus on cultivating calmness or gratitude, people respond differently. They mirror the energy you project. This simple awareness can transform interactions, whether in your personal relationships or professional life. The same applies to your beliefs. Many of the limitations you perceive in your life are reflections of limiting beliefs held within you. If you believe you're not deserving of success, opportunities may slip through your fingers even when they're right in front of you. Changing your internal narrative, replacing "I can't" with "I can" and "I'm not enough" with "I am enough," creates a shift that reverberates outward. You begin to notice doors opening where you once saw walls. But as above, so below is not just about thoughts and beliefs. It's also about habits and actions. Every small decision you make has a larger impact, much like how the smallest ripple can eventually create waves. Consider the discipline of daily rituals, such as meditation, journaling, or exercising. These practices might seem insignificant in isolation, but over time they compound into massive change. Meditation, for instance, doesn't just calm your mind in the moment. It strengthens your ability to stay present, reduces stress, and even rewires your brain for resilience. Another practical application of this principle is in your environment. Your surroundings are a reflection of your inner state, but they also influence it. If your home or workspace is cluttered, it's likely to contribute to mental fog or overwhelm. Conversely, organizing your environment creates a sense of clarity and peace that supports your internal world. This alignment between external and internal creates a feedback loop that fosters harmony and balance. Physical health is another area where "as above, so below" becomes evident. Your body is a mirror of your thoughts, emotions, and habits. Stress, for example, often manifests physically as tension, fatigue, or illness. But by addressing the root cause, whether it's overthinking, unresolved emotions, or an unhealthy lifestyle, you can restore balance. Practices like yoga, breathwork, and mindful eating align the physical and the spiritual, creating a holistic sense of well-being. The principle also applies to how you approach challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as external problems, Hermetics teaches you to look within. What does this challenge reflect about your internal state? Is it mirroring fear, insecurity, or resistance to growth? By shifting your focus inward and addressing the root issue, you often find that the external obstacle begins to dissolve or transform. This approach not only resolves problems, but also fosters personal growth. One of the most profound ways to live by this principle is to align your intentions with universal harmony. When you act from a place of authenticity and purpose, your actions resonate with the world around you. For example, when you pursue a goal not out of fear or competition, but out of a genuine desire to grow and contribute, the universe seems to conspire to support you. Synchronicities appear, opportunities align, and life begins to flow with less resistance. Ultimately, applying "as above, so below" means becoming a conscious creator of your reality. It's about taking responsibility for your internal world and understanding how it shapes the external. You're not just a passive observer in life. You're an active participant, capable of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the universal laws that govern existence. Every small step you take towards self-awareness and intentionality has the power to ripple outward, transforming not just your life, but the lives of those around you. The principle of as above, so below isn't just a philosophical idea. It's an invitation to align your life with the rhythms of the universe. Harmony, in the Hermetic sense, is not a passive state of peace. It's an active, dynamic balance between the spiritual and the material, the internal and the external. To live in alignment with this principle is to participate consciously in the dance of creation, recognizing that your actions and intentions ripple outward into the cosmos. But what does it mean to align with universal harmony? At its core, it begins with self-awareness. Most people live their lives reacting to the world around them, unaware that their external struggles often mirror internal conflicts. Hermetic philosophy teaches that if you want to change the outer world, you must first address the imbalances within. For instance, if you're constantly overwhelmed by chaos in your life, it may reflect unresolved disorder in your mind or emotions. The first step toward harmony is introspection, asking yourself what your external experiences are trying to teach you about your internal state. Balance is another crucial aspect of alignment. The modern world tends to pull us toward extremes: overwork, overstimulation, or an obsessive focus on material gain. Hermetics reminds us that true fulfillment comes from balancing these external pursuits with inner growth. For example, ambition is not inherently bad, but when it consumes you at the expense of your health, relationships, or spiritual well-being, it leads to imbalance. Similarly, withdrawing entirely from the material world to focus only on spiritual pursuits can leave you disconnected and ineffective. Harmony lies in the middle path, honoring both your spiritual and material needs in equal measure. Practices that foster alignment are essential for cultivating this balance. Mindfulness is one of the most powerful tools for tuning into the present moment and reconnecting with the natural flow of life. When you're fully present, you're able to observe the patterns in your thoughts and emotions without being consumed by them. This awareness allows you to make deliberate choices instead of reacting impulsively, helping you align your actions with your intentions. Meditation is another practice that aligns you with universal harmony. By quieting the chatter of your mind, you create space to connect with the deeper truths within yourself. Meditation also strengthens your connection to the energy of the universe, allowing you to tap into insights and inspiration that might otherwise be drowned out by noise and distraction. Even just a few minutes of meditation a day can help you cultivate inner peace, which naturally radiates outward into your life. Nature is one of the most profound teachers of harmony. Hermetics often points to the natural world as the clearest expression of universal laws. The cycles of the seasons, the growth of plants, and the flow of rivers all illustrate the balance between creation and destruction, expansion and contraction. Spending time in nature helps you attune to these rhythms, reminding you of your place in the greater web of life. Whether it's walking through a forest, sitting by the ocean, or simply observing the night sky, connecting with nature grounds you in the reality of as above, so below. Your daily habits also play a significant role in aligning with universal harmony. Small, intentional actions can create profound shifts over time. For example, starting your day with gratitude sets a positive tone, aligning your mindset with abundance and possibility. Similarly, practicing self-discipline in areas like diet, exercise, and time management creates a sense of order that reflects outward into your relationships and work. These habits may seem mundane, but they are powerful tools for creating harmony between your inner and outer worlds. Another aspect of alignment is recognizing the power of intention. Every action you take, no matter how small, carries energy that ripples outward. When your actions are aligned with positive intentions, they amplify the harmony around you. For instance, offering genuine kindness to someone in need not only uplifts them, but also creates a ripple effect that impacts others they interact with. This is the essence of as above, so below in action. Your internal state, reflected in your behavior, influences the broader world. Finally, aligning with universal harmony requires trust. The Hermetic principle reminds us that the universe operates on laws that are far greater than our understanding. When challenges arise, it can be tempting to resist or control the outcome, but true harmony often requires surrender. Trusting that the universe is working in your favor, even when the path is unclear, allows you to move through life with greater ease and grace. This trust doesn't mean inaction. It means aligning your efforts with faith in the process. When you align your life with the principle of as above, so below, you begin to experience a profound sense of flow. Your internal world becomes a source of clarity and peace, and your external reality starts to reflect this harmony. You find yourself moving through life with greater purpose and ease, no longer fighting against the current, but working with it. This alignment is not something you achieve once and for all. It's a practice, a commitment to living in tune with the rhythms of the universe. When you embrace the principle of as above, so below, the transformation isn't limited to your personal life. It ripples outward, influencing your family, community, and even the larger world. The Hermetic teachings remind us that individual change has collective implications. When you shift your inner world, you contribute to the transformation of the greater whole. This is the power of interconnectedness in action. Every great movement in history began with individuals who changed themselves first. Think of figures like Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King Jr., whose inner convictions became the foundation for global change. Their lives reflected the truth of as above, so below. They aligned their personal values with their external actions, and in doing so, they inspired others to do the same. The Hermetic principle shows that just as the macrocosm reflects the microcosm, the transformation of one can lead to the awakening of many. You may wonder how small personal changes could possibly impact something as vast as the world. But consider this: every system, from a community to an ecosystem, is made up of interconnected parts. When one part of the system changes, it affects the whole. For example, when you cultivate inner peace, it naturally influences how you interact with others. Your calmness may de-escalate a tense situation, inspire someone to approach their own struggles differently, or even create a ripple effect that spreads positivity further than you can see. This is not wishful thinking. It's how interconnected systems work, whether on a societal or cosmic scale. Nature provides countless examples of this collective harmony. In ecosystems, balance is achieved not through dominance, but through cooperation. Bees pollinate flowers, ensuring the survival of plants, while the plants provide the nectar bees need to thrive. Similarly, in human communities, cooperation and empathy create conditions where everyone can flourish. The Hermetic principle teaches that when we align ourselves with this natural order, we contribute to the collective well-being of the world. On a practical level, this means recognizing that your internal growth isn't just for you. When you focus on self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and aligning your actions with your values, you become a beacon for others. People are drawn to authenticity, and your example can inspire them to start their own journey of transformation. This doesn't mean you need to preach or force your beliefs on others. Simply living in alignment with the principle of as above, so below is enough to spark change. One of the most powerful ways to embody this principle is through acts of service. When you contribute to something greater than yourself, you align your personal energy with the collective good. This could be as simple as volunteering, offering support to a friend, or even sharing knowledge that has helped you grow. These actions amplify the principle in a tangible way, showing how internal alignment creates external harmony. Modern technology has also made it easier than ever to spread these ideas. Social media, podcasts, and online communities allow you to connect with like-minded individuals and share insights that resonate with others. When you talk about your experiences with the Hermetic principle or demonstrate how it has transformed your life, you plant seeds of curiosity in others. Some may dismiss it at first, but others will feel the spark of recognition and begin their own exploration. These small actions collectively build momentum for greater change. But the ripple effect doesn't stop at individual transformation or community impact. It extends to global challenges as well. Many of the crises humanity faces, from environmental destruction to social inequality, stem from a disconnection between spirit and matter, the inner and outer worlds. Hermetics teaches that when we realign ourselves with universal harmony, we address these issues at their root. For example, shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance can inspire sustainable practices that benefit both people and the planet. Likewise, fostering empathy and compassion can bridge divides and create the foundation for lasting peace. The collective power of transformation lies in the realization that we are not isolated individuals, but part of a larger, interconnected whole. When you live in alignment with the principle of as above, so below, you contribute to a movement of consciousness that transcends borders, cultures, and ideologies. This is how revolutions begin, not with grand gestures, but with small, intentional changes that ripple outward. Imagine a world where millions of people live by these principles, aligning their inner worlds with universal harmony and reflecting it into their actions. This isn't a utopian fantasy. It's a vision grounded in the very laws that govern existence. The Hermetic principle shows that transformation is inevitable when enough individuals commit to living authentically and harmoniously. It begins with you, but it doesn't end there. Every time you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the greater good, you're contributing to a collective awakening. The changes you make within yourself create ripples that spread far beyond what you can see. This is the power of interconnectedness, a reminder that no action is too small and no individual too insignificant to make a difference. By living the truth of as above, so below, you become a force of transformation in a world that desperately needs it. The true meaning of as above, so below is far more than an ancient saying. It is a blueprint for living in harmony with the universe. This Hermetic principle reveals that everything is connected, from the vast expanse of the cosmos to the smallest details of your daily life. It teaches that your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs shapes the reality you experience, and that by aligning yourself with the laws of the universe, you can create profound change both within and without. Think about what this principle offers: the power to transform your life, not through force or external control, but by taking ownership of your inner state. The frustrations and limitations you experience are not signs of failure. They're reflections of areas where harmony can be restored. When you start to shift your internal reality, letting go of limiting beliefs, embracing gratitude, and aligning your actions with your true values, you set in motion a process that will ripple outward into every corner of your life. The key is understanding that this transformation is not a one-time event. It's a practice, a way of living that requires mindfulness, discipline, and trust. Challenges will arise, but they are not obstacles to be feared. They are mirrors, showing you where deeper alignment is needed. This journey isn't always easy, but it's profoundly rewarding. Every small step you take toward harmony brings you closer to living in flow with the universal laws. And as you align yourself, you contribute to a collective awakening. The Hermetic principle reminds us that your transformation is not just about your own life. When you embody these truths, you inspire others to explore their potential, creating a ripple effect that spreads far beyond what you can imagine. You are part of something larger, a movement toward balance, understanding, and growth that connects all of humanity. If you felt a spark of recognition in this video, don't let it fade. There are deeper layers of this wisdom that we couldn't cover here, truths that are too profound or too confidential to share openly. That's why we created our free newsletter, Insights Academy. By joining, you'll gain access to exclusive knowledge and a supportive community of like-minded seekers. And as a bonus, you'll receive a free copy of the Kybalion, a Hermetic classic that has inspired countless people on their journeys. The link is in the description. Don't miss this opportunity to take the next step. The real power of as above, so below lies in its application. It's a reminder that you are not separate from the universe. You are a reflection of it. Your thoughts, your actions, and your intentions matter. They are the building blocks of your reality, and they ripple outward to shape the world around you. By living in alignment with this principle, you're not just creating a better life for yourself, you're contributing to the transformation of the collective. Now it's your turn to act. Align your inner world, transform your outer reality, and share this wisdom with others. Together, we can create a world that reflects the harmony of the cosmos. If this video resonated with you, let us know by commenting, "I understood it." Your journey is just beginning, and we can't wait to see where it leads.